Something that I see fluttering around the internet on a regular basis, usually kind of framed as one of those anti-bullying, respect yourself, value yourself kind of things, is that person will hold up to, it's usually done in front of a crowd or something, hold up something like this, $20 bill, and they'll be like, you want this kind of thing, and like they'll spit on it and they'll crumple it up and they'll grind it into the dirt and be like, do you still want it? I'll be like, yeah, because it's a $20 bill. And then they'll transition to the moral point of the kind of the story being, yeah, see, that's what you were like. See, you have a face, like the bill's got a face, and doesn't matter how people treat you, doesn't matter how people regard you or whatever. You could be ground up, tore up, whatever. People will still value you because you're you and you're wonderful and blah blah blah. And it's supposed to be this encouraging thing that teaches everyone to value each other. The trouble is that I find with it is most people is if I was to take this, like, I could go to Canada, I could go to Mexico, I could go to the United Kingdom, and if I have this, I could be like, hey dude, I need to break this, and somebody will help me out with that, because this has value attached to it from a greater authority that nobody can contest. Even if you don't live, like, I've got a drawer full of little coins that I've come across, Canadian loonies and stuff that I've come across in the various, like, interactions with people working cash registers and stuff, where they accidentally gave me, or they accepted at some point and gave me the wrong kind of coin and whatever, like, and so I have all these things, like, people have given me random, like, 10,000 yen notes and just stuff that I got. I don't know why I have it, but I do. And those things, they have value attached to them, even if I don't have the ability to excise that value or activate or execute that value. But most of us, as human beings, the way we view ourselves, we don't view ourselves as having that kind of value in us. We should, because of the fact we're made in God's image, Imago Dei, we are set aside, purposed, created for a reason and all that. Most of us really, we view ourselves a little bit more along this line, where, yeah, you might see it and it's cute in the store or whatever when it's all full just before a holiday. Bring it home for somebody that you care about. It'll sit on the kitchen table for a little while. Roots will dry up and then you'll throw it away. That's probably the most accurate depiction of the way we as human beings view ourselves. That's our self-talk. Doesn't matter if you're introvert or extrovert, you have a lot of friends or few, you have a big family or a small one. We view ourselves as an aesthetically, or just an object that's to be viewed aesthetically only. And that once that aesthetic is used up or worn out, then we're just going to be discarded like any average houseplant. But the thing about houseplants that's interesting is it doesn't take much to bring them back to life. You add a little water, you put some aspirin into the soil, put a little bit of fertilizer in there, just about, like, they'll come right back. And so you're able to keep yourself pretty. You use makeup, you wash your face, you work out, maybe try eat right, you try to get on a diet plan in January like all the rest of us. You do what you can do to try and keep that physical appearance up. But the trouble is, we all know it's winding down eventually. You're going to hit a wall at 40, at 50, at 80, whenever that wall is. Some of us are unfortunate enough that peak was in high school when we could throw a pass, or we were able to lead the cheers and stuff. and it's just been downhill ever since. And so, as long as you're focused on that, you're focused on like, well, I'm just a house plant, and I can be pretty for a while, but the day is coming eventually. You will never see yourself the way God sees you. You'll never value yourself the way God values you, and you'll let other people treat you like a common house plant. So, and Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 and 27 actually says that all of human beings were made in the image of God. Creative, powerful, destined. And so this is one of those areas where it's like, even this, $20 is not even a full tank of gas. So sure, yeah, it'll be nice kind of trip down to the quick sip or whatever it is you have nearby, but most of us, even if you do value yourself as having some of this kind of value, it's just for other people to use you. The way we need to value ourselves and the way we need to see ourselves is as God created us in His image. If He has value, we have value because we're reflecting that to the world. So, I hope that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, but feel free to ask questions, and I'll do my best to answer them.